Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching Times Now. This is the Newshour. My name is Pranesh. First, there was no masking. Then there was no social distancing. And now, viewers, there is no COVID, says the Congress party. I am not saying it. The Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra entered the national capital today, but Congress Neta, brazenly in defiance of the COVID cloud, have once again said what Rahul Gandhi had said. Thousands lined up, as you can see in these pictures, but Rahul Gandhi leading that march was without any mask. Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Robert Vadra walked step in step with Rahul Gandhi, while Sonia led by example by wearing a mask. No one else seemed to be following her lead. Watch how the Parivar and the entire galaxy of Congress leaders marched on with scant regard to COVID protocol. The BJP has tagged this as Congress's COVID Jodo Yatra and has accused the Gandhi family of recklessly endangering lives of people. But here how Congress has dismissed the COVID alarm as BJP's desperate bid to stall the Yatra. In fact, going a step further, its president Mallikarjun Kharge declared that there is no COVID. You have to listen to this to believe it.
क्योंकि इस नफरत से, इस डर से हमारे प्यारे देश को नुकसान हो रहा है, ये सच्चाई है। और इसीलिए हमने ये यात्रा कन्याकुमारी से लेकर कश्मीर तक शुरू की है। और ये जो हमारा तिरंगा है, इसको हम श्रीनगर में जाके वहां पे लहराएंगे। और आप में से हजारों लोग हमारे साथ चलोगे।
यहां तक कि ये जो भारत जोड़ो यात्रा बड़ी यशस्वी हो रही है, ये देखकर यहाँ के सरकार को, बीजेपी को ऐसा हो रहा है, वो डर गए हैं, इसीलिए ये कोविड का बहाना बीच में लाए हैं। अरे कोविड नहीं है कहीं भी।
The Prime Minister and his ministerial colleagues have tried to defame and derail the Bharat Jodo Yatra using COVID as an excuse. If the government comes out with a science-based, medical evidence-based protocol, we are bound, we are duty-bound. It is our obligation to follow that protocol.
COVID makes a distinction between a Congress Yatra and a Modi rally. Mr. Modi can hold dozens of rallies in Gujarat and in Himachal Pradesh, and COVID will stop at the rally gate, and COVID will only spread with the Bharat Jodo Yatra. This is utter rubbish.
राहुल गांधी जी चल रहा है, सारे बीजेपी नेता जल रहा है।
राहुल जी पूरी दुनिया भर में, चीन, कोरिया, जापान में लाखों केस कोरोना के आ रहे हैं। फिर एक बार याद करवाना चाहता हूं, ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने तब भी कोविड प्रोटोकॉल तोड़े थे। आज भी जब देश और दुनिया के सामने संकट है, तो कांग्रेस जिम्मेदारी को छोड़कर भ्रष्ट लोगों को जोड़ने का, परिवार को जोड़ने की ये यात्रा कर रही है।
मैसेज मेरा कोई किसी पार्टी के लिए नहीं है, किसी यात्रा के लिए नहीं है, किसी पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए नहीं है। मेरा मैसेज जनरल है कि भाई अगर हम प्रिकॉशंस लेंगे तो इट इज स्लाइट डेफिनेटली बेटर।
कांग्रेस का सत्ता प्राप्त करने के लिए किसी भी सूरत पर किसी भी जमीन नीचे तक जा सकती है, गिर सकती है। कांग्रेस में कोई दुरा नहीं है। देश में पैनिक फैलेगा, चाइना की तरह मोदी साहब बदनाम होंगे। उनको देश के लोगों से सिंपैथी नहीं है, उनको देश के सिस्टम को हिलाना है। मोदी सरकार कैसे फेल की जाए।
Once again, Rahul Gandhi is demonstrating to be an irresponsible leader who puts Parivar over protocols, who puts Parivar hit over Jan hit, who puts Dal hit over Desh hit. And therefore the question must be asked that Sukhwinder Sukhu, with whom he was in close contact with, attended the Bharat Jodo Yatra on 16th of December. As per the reports, he tested positive. Sukhwinder Sukhu ji tested positive. Instead, Rahul Gandhi was seen moving around in the public. And in fact, not just moving around in the public, Rahul Gandhi was actively seen and heard on a public platform, encouraging people that mask bahana hai, COVID bahana hai.
You heard the reactions. Let's open this up. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ratan Sharda, author, political analyst, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress, and Dr. Sumansi Raman completes the panel. Now, before I really open this up, you have to listen to another reaction. You've heard Rahul Gandhi, you've heard Khadge, you've heard the others. Listen to Rajasthan Minister Pratap Singh Kachariawaz. Just listen to what he says and then we open this up.
मैं उस पर कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहता, सब मेरे मित्र हैं, लेकिन मैं इतना कह सकता हूं राहुल गांधी जी की यात्रा बहुत जबरदस्त चल रही है। लाखों लोग यात्रा में जुड़ रहे हैं। बीजेपी की जन का आक्रोश यात्रा फेल हो गई, उसका अंदाज आप इससे लगा लो कि स्वास्थ्य मंत्री भारत सरकार के राहुल गांधी जी को डायरेक्ट पत्र लिख रहे हैं कि आप अपनी यात्रा स्थगित कर दो। भाई साहब, आपके पेट में दर्द क्यों हो रहा है? कहाँ है कोरोना? हमें तो नहीं दिख रहा। कौन सा कोरोना? अभी तो कोरोना आई नहीं, क्यों बुला रही है बीजेपी कोरोना कोरोना? बीजेपी क्यों डर रही है? राहुल गांधी की यात्रा चल रही है, खुद प्रधानमंत्री सभाएं कर रहे हैं त्रिपुरा में, बड़े बड़े चुनाव हो रहे हैं, जन आक्रोश यात्रा चल रही है, जन आक्रोश सभा चल रही है। उनको कोई मना नहीं कर रहा। राहुल गांधी जी की यात्रा दिख रही है। अब राहुल गांधी जी की यात्रा रुकने वाली नहीं है, उसी दिन रुकेगी जैसे उन्होंने जो मुद्दे उठाए महंगाई, गरीबी, बेरोजगारी के, उन पर बीजेपी जवाब देकर देश की जनता को राहत देगी, तभी रुकेगी।
कोरोना चीन फैल रहा है और हर बार कोरोना चीन से भारत में आया,
तो आप मुझे बताइए, भारत सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है चाइना के कार्गो बंद कर दें, चाइना की फ्लाइटें बंद करें।
Now, Dr. Sumansi Raman, I really want to start with you. Did you hear what he said, Pratap Singh Kachariawaz? कहाँ है कोरोना? मुझे नहीं दिख रहा। Have you seen कोरोना, sir?
Look, every other day an attempt is being made over the last 3 days at least to target the Bharat Jodo Yatra as the primary source of corona in the country, which factually there is no evidence for. Yes, it is sensible for the Congress party to start taking precautions during the yatra, insist that people wear masks and do the necessary testing and so on. But this whole issue that there is only this yatra which is spreading COVID throughout the country and otherwise India is free of COVID, I don't know where this comes from. 3 days before this letter went to the yatra, the Honorable Prime Minister is in Tripura. He is addressing a rally there. Corona does
no,
not
but Dr. Raman, please forgive me. That wasn't even my question. I asked you, have you seen corona?
Let's be very clear. No. I have seen corona. In fact, I've had corona also.
So have I, sir.
No. 1 second. See, he is speaking about it in the context of the letter which has been written to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, where there is as I see it, a kind of an implicit, subtle kind of a threat, saying if you can't implement COVID measures, you may need to suspend the yatra. So I don't know why this yatra has become such a big issue when literally there are not even standard guidelines, which have been till 2 days ago. The Ministry of Health has not even given guidelines on what people should do in the present situation.
No guidelines. I am taking notes. Sanju Verma, you also take notes of the questions that are being asked, because I am not coming to you right now. I am going to
please answer. I have only one question.
Yes, sir, please.
One question I want. One question I want an answer to. Please, I request whoever is the government or BJP spokesperson on this panel to kindly tell the citizens of this country, should they go for a second precaution/booster dose or not. Many of them have taken the first dose more than 6 months ago, or sometimes even 9 months ago, the first precaution dose. Now, are they to go for a second dose or not? This is the very important question, for which we don't have answers at this point.
We'll have that answered by the BJP spokesperson. But I'm coming to you, Sanju Verma. Let me bring in Kamruzaman Chaudhary. Sir, have you seen corona?
Have you
seen corona?
Pranesh, have you?
I was in hospital for 2 weeks.
Have you seen corona?
I have seen the worst of corona, sir.
So almost 90% of Indians. Have somehow or the other been affected by this coronavirus that had come in last 2 years. Now the point out here that is there, the question of debate that you are bringing up about in the public domain for the last 2 to 3 days was concerned more of the Bharat Jodo Yatra than the corona. Because why I say this, the last 2 days empirical data that I'm going to give it to you.
No, sir, 1 minute. No, before we get into, 1 minute. Kamruzaman, sir. You know, sir, I have high regard. I asked you a direct question. You asked me that question. You said, have you seen corona? I had an answer. Then you said 90% people got corona. Tell me, sir, the other 10%, did they fall from the moon? Who are these people who are saying COVID is a bahana? Were they not on earth when people were suffering from COVID? Who are these people who are saying there is no COVID? Show me how COVID looks. Where is COVID? COVID is a bahana. Who are these people, sir?
Pranesh, you are trying to twist the entire debate. You know, the debate is not about whether corona is real or not. Corona is real. We have seen the floating bodies in the Ganges. We have seen people dying without oxygen. We have seen people being crushed by railway trains. We have seen such a lot the Indian population has gone through. So don't try to play into the sentiments of the Indian population. My simple question out here is corona such a grave threat as on date? Because there are hardly 3,400 cases active in India. With that new variant that has been detected, there are only 4 cases. And the first case was detected 6 months ago. Now, why come the government is suddenly awaking without any guidelines, issuing a letter to Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Sanju Verma,
I'm very thankful to the BJP government.
You must applaud the courage that Kamruzaman Chaudhary has shown. And Mr. Sharda, I'll request you also, sir, if you can give him a standing ovation, because here is a man all by himself taking on Rahul Gandhi and the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, both of whom are in denial about corona. It takes a lot for Mr. Chaudhary to say this.
No, I am telling 3,000. No, Pranesh,
this can't be a monologue.
I can't.
No, let's get that response from the BJP. You asked a question. Let Sanju Verma respond.
I cannot explain it.
Why is the government after Bharat Jodo?
Let me correct it. I said there are only 3,400 cases as on date, the lowest COVID count cases over the last 2 years.
I get your point completely. We will wake up when people start dying. I understand, sir. I understand. That's okay. That's one approach of it. Sanju Verma.
No,
Pranesh, I did not heckle anybody. Now, please.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn. Respond to what Dr. Sumansi Raman said and what Kamruzaman Chaudhary said.
Pranesh, I will first, respond to your important questions that you have raised. The Congress panelists, always official and unofficial, always try to digress and deflect from the key issue at hand. First and foremost, let's be very clear that Kamruzaman Chaudhary has no idea about data, no idea about arithmetic, no idea about numbers. India is a population of 140 crore people. And this man has the audacity to say that 90% of the people were affected by COVID. That is insane. Every life matters. We had fatalities to the tune of 5.31 lakh, which means that less than 0.3% of our population actually suffered fatalities during COVID. How much is the adult population of India? Adult population of India is 94 crore. Even if you look at the adult population of India, less than 0.5% of the people were directly impacted by COVID in terms of fatalities. So please don't come here and give numbers which are just hogwash. You should be ashamed not doing basic homework and just rattling off anything that comes to your mind. Now let me come to the most important point. Prime Minister was in Tripura and Meghalaya on 18th of December, that is last Sunday. Even as recently as 19th of December, that is this Monday, we did not hear about the B.7 sub-variant of Omicron. It was only around the 20th that we started hearing that 4 cases have come to light and 84% of the new cases have been found in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and of course some in Maharashtra also. There is an advisory from the Union Health Secretary Mr. Rajesh Bhushan to Sumansi Raman's pointed question, did the Union Health Ministry issue any advisory? My direct and pointed response to you is yes. Rajesh Bhushan sent an advisory to 35 states and union territories on the 20th of December. Pranesh, Can you ask this man not to
No, he
interrupt
does
me?
not agree with what you are saying. Sumansi Raman is raising his hand. He wants to counter what you are saying.
No. I'm
Coming to you, Dr. Raman, I'm coming to you. 30 seconds. Sanju Verma, finish your point. I'm coming to you, Dr. Raman. I'm coming to you after this.
No advisory has been issued to the
May I please complete, Pranesh? I did not heckle these gentlemen. Stop getting so rattled. Okay, I will read out in 10 seconds. What is the advisory? And Sumansi Raman does not get to decide what is an advisory and what is not. Anyone with basic common sense knows that on 20th December, what Rajesh Bhushan said to states and union territories is an advisory where he says, very quickly, in view of the sudden spurt of cases witnessed in Japan, US, Korea, Brazil and China, it is essential to gear up genome sequencing of positive case samples to track the variants through Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium network. Such an exercise will enable timely detection of newer variants, if any, circulating in the country,
Okay.
and will facilitate
Is this not an advisory, Dr. Raman?
Measures.
Do you think this was not an advisory, or was this not an advisory
No,
enough?
excuse me. What should the public do? I'm sorry. Basically, my question still remains unanswered. Even now, what are the public expected to do? From the Health Ministry, please show me the list of guidelines, especially with regards the vaccine. Is there the need for a second precaution dose? Yes or no? Somebody
Yes, I will
has to
answer
clarify this. This has been going on for the last 4 days. Nobody from the ministry is clarifying. What do you want the elderly of this country to do? They've been vaccinated. Many of them they've taken 2 doses. They've taken a third precaution.
No, but
dose
Dr. Raman,
Dr. Raman,
I'll wait for the BJP spokesperson to answer that. But I'm telling you, but sir, I just want to tell you, you are talking about the elderly. The elderly is leading by example. Look at Sonia Gandhi today. She joined the Bharat Jodo Yatra. She had a mask up.
She was wearing a mask. Yes. Now the point is not that. What do they have to do in terms of taking the vaccine? Is that not an important communication which the government has to give?
Sanju Verma.
So they don't need to take it, or they need to take it?
May I come in,
Of
please?
course,
So far,
Sanju
nothing
Verma
has come
responding. Yes.
in this regard.
Pranesh, at this point in time, I will quote what Dr. N.K. Arora, the head of NT-AGI said. He said, we need to be careful, we don't need to be fearful, we need to be vigilant. At this point in time, if you have already taken 2 precautionary doses, you are good. And I'm saying at this point in time, till there is further advisory, and let
2
me tell
precautionary
you,
doses, nobody has taken.
Please, Pranesh, why is this
Nobody
not
has taken 2 precautionary doses. He doesn't even know what a precaution.
No, he has a very specific
Can you
question
just
on the
shut up?
booster dose. He says, is the 4th booster dose needed? The government must come out clean on that. But we are not.
Pranesh.
No, let me, okay. No, but on the larger discourse around COVID appropriate behavior, let me bring in Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda, you've heard 2 sides. Dr. Sumansi Raman is saying that there is no advisory. At least there is no detailed advisory. People do not know what they should do. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is saying that this is an attempt to target Bharat Jodo Yatra, nothing else.
First of all, let me say very clearly, I have always said that if this particular yatra is good for Rahul Gandhi and Congress party. I have no animosity on how the yatra goes. Going well is good for them, good for Congress, and good for nation also, that we have a strong opposition party which is national. That is point 1. Point 2, when Mr. Sumant Raman see always a white shining armor guy for every opposition except DMK will be on the same wavelength, he says, I don't know what to do. He's a doctor. As far as I know, when I see that TV, I'm very clear that if I can, I should take a booster dose. I know that government is asking for people to increase the dosages where it is the second dose is not yet gone. So before that, show that he either stopped practicing his medicine or he is just trying to be a political commentator. Sir, मुझे बोलने दीजिए ना, बोलने दीजिए मुझे. So you are either a political commentator or a knowledgeable doctor. Now coming to more important part. Sir,
You're not understanding my point.
Listen. That is not my job. That is not what I said, what I understood from what is happening in the public. I'm just sharing with you. Don't want to see that.
Twisting it and
let me go back to political issue.
Take a booster. Booster.
Yes, let me first go to the. I am not into medical debate. I am into political debate. What is the political debate? They say COVID किसी ने देखा. सर कोविड वेव 1 किसी ने नहीं देखा, कोविड 2 किसी ने नहीं देखा, कोविड 3 किसी ने नहीं देखा. It just flares up. And when Modi ji made the first lockout, they said देखो देखो ये आदमी जल्दबाजी कर रहे हैं. They said देखो देखो देरी लगा रहे हैं. Then when he said that first wave is over, they are slamming even today that wave 2 came despite Modi ji saying the wave 1 is over. Now wave 3 also came. This every day variant is different. We know that countries on the south is. अरे भैया समरुद्दीन, अरे भाई जरा शांति. आपने बहुत बोला. या तो बहस करिए या केवल चिल्लाइए, नारेबाजी करिए.
ये तो बोलना भूल गए थे.
मुझे बोलने दीजिए ना. आपने बहुत बोला, आपने बहुत बोला.
रतन भाई आपको याद करवा रहा था और बात नहीं है क्योंकि खाली बजाओ.
बोलने दीजिए ना मुझे. मैं तो पूरा माना ही नहीं. मैंने आपको
प्लीज
Pranesh, here I am complimenting Congress for the yatra. Adhering saying I'm angry. What kind of person is he? Full of hatred, full of violence that Rahul Gandhi claims is not. Now coming to the entire game, which means we are basically unlearned the lessons of COVID, which at least leaders should not. When Sonia Gandhi can wear mask, why others cannot? Has BJP government said stop the yatra? No. They have advised everybody to be very cautious. BJP withdrew the yatra in Rajasthan. अरे फिर चालू हो गया. क्या हुआ क्या आपको? अरे भाई मेरी बात पूरा ने कहा दिए ना कल पैकेज. When BJP stopped the yatra in Rajasthan, the minister said यात्रा फ्लॉप हो गई. अरे भाई, if you are a responsible party, forget BJP. As a responsible party which believes that Modi ji did not handle COVID well, despite world over recognition of how it was felt, the party which very much suspected the efficacy of our own COVID vaccines and was with the lobbyists who wanted Pfizer vaccine to come in, Chinese vaccine to come in, are today saying that nothing is good about COVID management. World over is saying it's good for management. And when good management of COVID is happening, same government is saying, be cautious and you are carrying victimhood. Where is the victimhood? Where the mask can go on running, where you want to go. Like I said, keep on walking, but where are you walking? At least tell me, kithe jana hai, Johnny Walker. So please, be reasonable. Be reasonable. It is an advisory. You don't want to follow, please don't follow. It's our nation's vineyard. Nobody has called it a primary spreader, Mr. Sumant. Also remember, I have not heard one statement from any minister or leader saying that primary source of infection is Rahul Gandhi. They have not said it. My point is, if it's in the face of what is happening in the world, USA, China, South Korea, Japan, Thailand, and we want to close our eyes to that, we want to say, hamari yatra chalne do. Now the funny part is, I will put Tiranga in Srinagar. Bhai Sahab, when BJP took the Tiranga to Srinagar, it was height of terror, and this government arrested these people, did not want to go there.
They can still go ahead. No, Mr. Sharda. They can go ahead and put the Tiranga. There is no problem.
Yes.
But wear the mask, put the Tiranga. But at least, even if you don't want to wear the mask, don't tell others that COVID is a Bahana. I don't think that is responsible political commentary. And I think Dr. Raman will agree on that limited point. That kind of commentary by the Congress leaders, one is saying, where is Corona? I haven't seen Corona. Rahul Gandhi says it is Bahana. Then Sonia Gandhi turns up with a mask on. What message is Sonia Gandhi trying to send, Sanju Verma?
Let me...
You know, Pranesh, let me just ask the Congress. Rahul Gandhi says कि कोरोना वायरस नहीं है. Mallikarjun Kharge says कि कोरोना खत्म हो चुका है. Why is it then that Sonia Gandhi was wearing a mask? B for Bahana. ये बहाना वायरस कांग्रेस क्यों फैला रही है? Why is Congress?
Yeah, respond. Okay, it's a direct question. Okay, Sanju Verma asking a direct question. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary responding. Yes, Mr. Chaudhary. Dr. Raman, I am coming to you after this.
Yes, let me, please listen patiently. Yes, please listen patiently. All of us know that Sonia Gandhi is not keeping well for the last few months. She is very much susceptible to various ailments that she is going through. Her treatment is in a very big advanced stages. Now she has to take precaution for her own safety. It's not only about corona, it's not about anything else. So there is a fear of dust pollution also. There is a fear of air pollution. So the point is that don't bring in Sonia Gandhi ji. Come on please, Sanju ji. Jo aap sunna chahte ho, I cannot say that. Let me finish. No, Sanju Verma, this is not fair. When you, Pranesh, when you let a monologue, you know, should have
the courage to question. You are responding. How is this a monologue? I allowed you to respond, sir. No, don't drag me into this, please.
No, let me respond to other questions she raised. Let me reply. She said that the corona cases in the country are rising. But as on date, the data of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare says there is no such cause of concern with regards to the rising cases of COVID. Now, may I request Sanju Verma to bring out a protocol, a standard guidelines for corona management in the country, an impending wave over the next 9 days. You know, Pranesh, something that the Bharat Jodo Yatra is on a pause for the next 9 days.
No, Dr. Sumant C. Raman is a proper doctor. Dr. Sumant C. Raman is an MBBS. He's also done his MD in general medicine, if I'm not wrong. He's a proper doctor. And Dr. Raman, Dr. Raman, Sanju Verma has a direct question. Do you have an answer for that? Put on your doctor hat, sir. For a moment, put on your doctor hat. Why was Sonia Gandhi wearing the mask?
Look, please ask her to ask the question. Please ask the question.
The question is, Sonia Gandhi was wearing a mask, but Mallikarjun Kharge says there's no threat of COVID. COVID to hai hi nahi. Rahul Gandhi says COVID to hai hi nahi. BJP ka bahana to stop Bharat Jodo Yatra. Do you agree as a doctor?
Let me make it very clear. Let me make it. Can I answer now? Let me make it very clear. The statements of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, Mr. Rahul Gandhi,
let him answer now.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Kacharyavas. The statements of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge and Mr. Kacharyavas are irresponsible, period. But that is not the primary issue. The primary issue is the ball is in the government's court. And the government needs to ensure 130.
No, 1 minute. No, 1 minute. No, Dr. Sumant C. Raman, 1 minute. Sir, please. Sir, please, I have a question. Sir, please allow me to ask this. Dr. Sumant C. Raman, I am glad. I am glad, Dr. Sumant C. Raman, that at least as a doctor, after I, cajoled you to put on the doctor's hat, you've taken a stand. You're saying Rahul Gandhi's statement, Mr. Kharge's comment.
I have always maintained that.
I'm glad, sir. I salute you.
My point, Pranesh,
which is why, sir, at the outset I said that you may not agree with.
But that is not
you may not agree with the advisory, the tone of the advisory, the stand taken by the center. But that does not mean that you put people in the harm's way. Rahul Gandhi, for him, someone who's leading a march like this with so many people, obviously he has influence. For him to say,
will screening at airports be enhanced? Will there be greater genomic sequencing happening in increasing numbers instead of 2%? What are we talking about? You should be asking these questions to the government. You're asking the opposition.
Which you fail to recognize.
And Sanju Verma does not even realize the difference between the two primary doses of the vaccine and the two precautionary. Nobody in this country has had a second precautionary dose.
You are a quack.
No, 1 minute. Let's not get personal here. Please, let's be civil. Let's not call each other's names. No, please, I'm not going to allow this. Please, no name calling here on the show. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary wanted to come in. Sanju Verma, I'm coming to you after this. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, quick point. You wanted to say something, sir.
Yeah, Pranesh, please don't take it personally, but let me decide the editorial policy of major television channels over the next 9 days. The COVID and the Bharat Jodo Yatra will be out of the screens of national television for the next 9 days. That the Bharat Jodo Yatra is taking a break. That is the bottom line.
Anything else, sir? Any other story that you would like us to carry? वो भी बता दीजिए.
No, you see, Pranesh, you will be here, I will be here. I've attended hundreds of your debates, but this is the fact that tomorrow's editorial policy, I know what it is going to be.
Mr. Chaudhary, sir, मेरे को तो हंसी आ रही है, but मुझे ये पूछना है, are you saying?
I said don't take it personally.
No, I'm not taking it personally.
But that's the fact.
भाई यात्रा का ब्रेक आप लोगे तो हमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? आपने 100 साल आप बोलते हैं हम नहीं लेंगे, हम तो कोविड फैलाएंगे, आप बोलते हैं ब्रेक लेंगे.
कोविड राडर से हट
क्या करेगा?
आप
टाइम्स नाउ क्या करेगा?
कोविड देश से
ब्रेक लेंगे तो टाइम्स नाउ स्टोरी तो बनाएगा.
टाइम्स नाउ का बात मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ. जो
आप कह रहे हैं ना एडिटोरियल पॉलिसी,
रतन जी मैं
आप बोल रहे हैं ना एडिटोरियल पॉलिसी।
आज देखो कोविड का डर किस तरह से फैलाया ना, यू अंडरस्टैंड रतन
नहीं, तो कोविड का डर जो फैलाया वो उसको डिस्पेल करने के लिए राहुल गांधी बोल रहे हैं कोविड बहाना है। संजू वर्मा,
Pranesh, I just want to say one thing very clearly. A few days back, I was on.
Darbari minister.
Let Sanju Verma come in. Mr. Chaudhary, you had your turn. Let Sanju Verma come in.
Fear mongering.
Pranesh, may I? Pranesh, let me tell one thing very clearly. 220 crore vaccine doses have been administered. The active caseload is 0.01%. The daily positivity rate and weekly positivity rate is less than 0.5%. We have exported more than 20 crore vaccine doses to over 100 countries, right from Kristalina Georgieva. Yes, the head of
Thank you for bringing out the actual data.
The head of United Nations to Bill Gates have said Prime Minister Modi's vaccination drive is the most successful in the world. We don't need certificates from two Darbaris.
Fear mongering that you wanted to play out in the minds of the country. There is no fear of COVID. There is no fear of COVID.
The government will decide the protocol, government will decide the advisory, government will decide COVID appropriate behavior, and you have to follow the advisory. And what was issued on 20th December is an advisory.
I disagree with that. Advisory is not enough. Ratan Sharda, we must also have an advisory on common sense. It's high time.
Somebody, if that was an advisory, please ask her what should the public do.
The doctor is asking, the poor doctor is asking what should the public do. Ratan Sharda, an advisory not enough.
Just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. My point is, if advisory had been taken in right spirit by the Congress, there would be no debate. So why is Kamruddin Zaman blaming any news channel for creating a debate when it was started by Congress, continuously heckled by Congress, saying this directive is wrong, this is immature, this is scary. But the government clearly said there is no need to spread scare. They said be cautious, that's all they said. Is it a crime to caution the people? Same people were continuously badgering government for not cautioning people, for saying mask is no more required. So let us be reasonable. And if you had not created a ruckus, there would be no debate. Rahul Gandhi's yatra would have gone in a positive manner. And Mr. Suman Sriman, you know that 62% of the population of India is already having 2 doses. You know that booster dose is not gone enough. As a doctor, you have right to tell your people, patients, please go and take a booster dose. Why are you asking government? You are a responsible doctor. You should guide the people rather than asking the advisory.
Yes, sir,
you know the advisory. Government is already doing screening of 4 countries. Government is doing mandatory RT-PCR. Arey bhai, yes, so please, yes, I am samajiye. Government has said, go ahead. I understood.
This is second booster, sir.
Is that the debate? Do I understand? Is that the debate, Mr. Rahman? For a doctor of MD level to claim that he needs directive from the government after 3 years.
Kamruzaman Chaudhary wants to counter Ratan Sharda. Then I am coming to you, Sanju Verma. Yes, Mr. Chaudhary, quickly, yes.
Yes, yeah, what Ratanji is saying is very much perfect. We should be prepared, well prepared. The government should have been issuing advisories that what needs to be done. But one small reasoning that I want to bring out here, go and please tell these people who have lost their 2 years from schooling, who have lost their near and dear ones during this COVID first and second wave particularly, please tell those people who have lost their businesses, who have lost their jobs. And this fear mongering without any empirical data is creating a panic in the market, is creating a panic in the industry.
All the more reason, Mr. Chaudhary, to be responsible about COVID. All the more reason to be responsible about COVID. Let's not dismiss it as Bahana. Sanju Verma.
Yes, Pranesh. Okay, now we heard Pranesh. Pranesh, let's be very clear about
evidence that India is under a severe threat.
This man is a career heckler. Okay. Pranesh, let's be very clear. Is Rahul Gandhi an irresponsible politician? He's trying to deny the existence of a looming threat? Yes. Is Mallikarjun Kharge an irresponsible politician? Yes. And I will just add before ending. Pranesh, do you remember April 2021? There were 3 tweets by Manish Tiwari, by Jairam Ramesh and by Shashi Tharoor. And all the 3 tweets had similar content. when we gave approval to Covaxin, that is the Modi government approved Covaxin, which has been a lifesaver.
Please talk about the 12th February 2020 tweet of Rahul Gandhi. Do you remember the tweet of Rahul Gandhi where he warned? But then we were asked for the Janta Curfew. We were asked to Thali Bajao, Ganti Bajao. We have talked about Diya Jalao. This is the treatment. This is the scientific temper that this government has got.
Pranesh, you are not able to
You believe in spirituality, but you don't have any scientific temper. The government is
No, this is not right. You know, Sanju Verma, let's be civil with each other, please. You can't call names. No, ma'am. No, 1 minute, ma'am. While you should not be interrupting, but you know, getting personal is not right. Now, please. No, Sanju Verma, but this is not right, ma'am. You can't call people names.
Let me finish. Pranesh, on your show, with full humility, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary repeatedly abuses the Prime Minister day and night.
What will she say?
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary repeatedly abuses Narendra Modi day and night.
She has got nothing to say. Exactly, Suman, Dr. Suman.
No, okay. Now, before we wrap up, I want to go to Mr. Ratan Sharda once again. Mr. Ratan Sharda, we've seen the two waves. The China wave is staring at us. Should politics take over our preparation?
See, we have played politics. We have become so politicized. Every issue is politicized. Every issue is seen only the political angle. On one side, Rahul Gandhi said this yatra is not about election. This yatra is about Jodo people, Bharat Jodo. Then he keeps on making Bharat Todo statements. He keeps on doubting the efficacy of our own COVID vaccines. The Congress has played the joke about the vaccine and had lobbied for outside vaccines, which has failed. China is an example. And India has been lauded, as I said in the beginning, India has been lauded for its COVID management, for its economic management during the entire COVID period. When he says, जिनके मर गए, जिनके ये हो गया, सबको पता है, लेकिन world over has the situation been different? Does India live in an isolated bubble that only we have suffered? So let us not try to belittle the efforts of the government of the people. And when he talks of Thali Bajawara, does he know it is for moral keeping, not for scientific temper? Does he know why people came Bajao Thali so wonderfully? And when Europe does it, you think it's very good. When Europe does Thali Bajao, you are very happy. You say, wow, they are upping the morale of the health worker. But when Indian people do, you laugh at it. So you don't understand India's psyche. That is the tragedy of Congress. You are nurtured today by JNU, by Western philosopher, by people who have no sense of Indian sensibilities. That is why you laugh at it. That is why you lost contact with the people. First, please understand people of India.
So at least let's not blame Kamru Zaman Chaudhary because he is not in denial about COVID. He says, yes, he's seen COVID. COVID exists. COVID for him is not a bahana. We've run out of time. I thank all of you, Ratan Sharda, Sanju Verma, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary and Dr. Sumansi Raman for joining us. And once again, let's underline that COVID is not a bahana. Let's keep our guard up. Taking a quick break, lots more lined up on the other side. Stay with us.